listen.
Hey, this is Diablo 85, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a swinging zombie with PVC. So let's get started. Alright, so what I'm doing right here, here's the 6-inch piece of pipe, and I'm only going to do one, so I ain't got to show you guys how to do boring. Whatever your size of the pipe is, then you go an inch, mark it an inch in, then you put it on the vise, put it right on that inch mark, make it nice and tight, hit it with the heat gun, let it warm up a little bit, and then once it starts to get soft, start turning it in. Keep on turning. Okay, once you get it as tight as it's gonna be, make sure it's pretty straight right here. And I like to lift it up and put it real tight where it comes together so it doesn't separate. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see how it's pretty tight right there. Well, I'm going to cut this off, you know, round it off, and then I'm going to put a hole right in the center, and that's going to give me my little swivel elbow. You want to cut these off because you don't want that rubbing on nothing. It might not swivel properly, so you want to cut these off here and here. And that's it. And I'm going to do them all like this, so I didn't want to have for you to go through all that crap. Okay, so once you're all done, it's going to look like this. You got a little hole, and like with these right here, they're kind of like went like 3/4 in, and you know, you just figure out, get it in the middle, pretty much in the middle. As long as you can get them together like this and do a full swivel there, then it's fine. I mean, I can measure it out if you wanted me to, but I figured you could figure it out. Now, as you're going to notice, is these two are bigger, 1 inch instead of the 3/4 right here. And the reason for that is because I accidentally bought the wrong flange. And I was too lazy to go back and get the right size, so I'm just going to use the 1 inch at the hands. That's why.
But now you find you could use a little more business.
Okay, with the arm assembly, this is just the arm assembly. Okay, you're going to need, and what I mean by arm assembly and shoulders, I mean with the rounded off and the holes for it to come together. Okay, you're going to need 2 6-inch pieces. Let's get these out of here. Okay, you're going to need 2 10-inch, and of course this is all 3/4. You can go 1 inch if you want. A 3/4 works just fine. 2 9-inch pieces.
Find an orthopedic doctor who's right for you at stjohnprovidence.org/orthopedics.
And 1 17-inch. And as you can see on this one, I have it rounded on both sides. That's going to be that'll be the shoulders. So you got that. Okay. Now for the back assembly, which holds the motor and everything, here's the pipes you're going to need, and you won't have to bevel or do anything. It's just straight pipe. You're going to need 1 4-inch piece, 1 2-inch, 2 11 3/8, 3 1-inch Well, I mean 1 foot. 3 1-foot pieces of pipe. 2 12.5-inch and 1 11. And you're going to need a 1-inch 3-foot piece, and that's going to be for the spine. I like to use the bigger pipe for the spine because when it moves, it gives it more sturdy. The rest is fine. Okay, and you're going to need 2 flanges. Well, I already explained that. You're going to need 2 2-inch C-clamps or U-bolts, 2 U-bolts, and they're 2-inch. You're going to need a little bit of flat stock. You need flat stock, and this is a 5-inch piece, and in between the 2 holes is 4 inches. Now, all the measurements I did perfectly, so you got to make sure if you're doing what I'm doing that you measure it right. Otherwise, you're going to get kinks and stuff like that, and it's not going to work. Of course, there's a props wiper motor. You will have a motor controller, a speed controller, and a DC 12-volt 5-amp power supply. You don't have to go 5-amp, but more power the better. Probably doesn't cost any more. Okay, you got 1 coupling, 3/4 inch. These are all 3/4 inch. 2 45s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 90s. And besides all the screws, I don't know what size, you might have screws at home already, you might want to use different ones, but I'll show you how I put one together, and that's all you need, and it's going to go together real fast. So. Okay, I'm going to take just the back pieces, just the straight pipe. I'm going to show you how fast that you can put it together. So, basically I did all the measurements, so now we just got to put it together. So what you want to do is take the 11-inch pipe, put 90 in it. We'll tighten them up later. Put another 90 in it. Okay. We got the 12.5, goes on both sides. Okay, we're going to take 2 90s, pointing forward, stick that in there. Okay, so we got like this. Now we're going to take the 2 1-inchers. Okay, now we got the 1-inchers on. We're going to put the 90s on. We're going to take the 11 3/8 and put it right here, and here. 90 pointing in, 90 pointing in, the 1-inch. It's all done. And then once I get it all together, I'll just hit it with the rubber mallet, get all the pipes in good. Okay, so that's like the whole assembly of the back end as far as the PVC goes. Like I said, I did all the measurements for you, so if you alter that, then you might have to do some adjustments or whatever. But it's simple. There you go for that part. Moving on. Okay, now we're gonna put the arms and shoulders together. Okay, and what I did was I screwed the flanges in exactly 2 feet apart. Okay, and then I took the 1-inch piece. Like I said, it's 1 inch because I was too lazy to go get the 1/2 inch because I got the long flange. I'm just going to screw it in here. Alright. Now, we're going to take these, the 6-inch pieces, and we're going to connect it to the 10-inch pieces. So here's the 10-inch pieces. I'm only going to do one of these so I don't bore you, but I'm going to show you how to do the one. Okay? So with the 10-inch, 6-inch. Okay, so what you're going to need is quarter 20 bolt. I don't know, it looks like an inch. Stick it through. I'm going to take an oversized washer, put it in there, and then put the 10-inch, and then I'm going to screw this in. And what you want to do is just make it tight enough to where it's snug and won't turn, and then back it off a little bit. So you get it nice and snug, and then back it up a little bit until it's like moves freely but not wobbly. And what this is right here is a nylon lock nut. It's got a little bit of nylon in there, makes it so you can't back off. Okay, then after that you take the 90 and put it on the 10-inch. Then you take your 9-inch and put it on. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of it, but I just wanted to show you how this goes together. I'm going to put it all together and I'll come back and show you the finished piece. Okay, alright, so now what I did was I put the 6-inch pieces, put the bolts in, washers, nuts. I put in, this is the 6-inch, these are the 10-inch. Put two 90s, put the 9-inch pieces on, washers, bolts, and what we're going to do is stick it right in there. And there you go. You have your swaying zombie. Now you don't want it too loose or sloppy, because you can loosen it up and adjust it later. Let me show you. And that's it right there. You know, you can adjust it, do what you want later after it's all together, see how the motor moves. And that's the shoulder part to it. It's not that hard once you have all the measurements. Okay, now what I did was I took this piece here and I measured it 18 inches from the arms to the front of this to the front of the back end. So from front to front, front to back, it's 18 inches, whatever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3-foot piece and I'm just going to duct tape it on there for now so I can get it all situated. So I'm going to go like this. It could be all sloppy. It ain't gonna be perfect. I'm just saying it could be sloppy because I've been all sloppy. Alright. Got that on. And then you want to do the back end too. Try to put it in the center. I didn't put this one in. It's not too much in the center, but I'll fix that before I drill any holes.
If we weren't here, the other stations might have a chance.
And this is just gonna hold it just so I get an idea and I can drill my holes and situate it and get it. Right, that's in the middle. This one's not really in the middle, so we'll go. What do I got here? 6, 8, 8 and a half. Oh, this is in the middle. All right, well this one is in the middle. It's a little bit off. Put some more tape. Screw over just a little bit. All right. We'll just kind of get it centered up, lined up. You can tell when you look down the pipe there. All right, it's almost good. We're halfway there. All right. Okay, and I forgot one piece of pipe, and that's this piece right here. It could be 6 inches or whatever. I think that's maybe like 9 or whatever. That was just scrap I had. I pre-drilled into here, screwed it right to this. Doesn't matter where it's at right now because we can swivel it. That's going to help us with situate where the motor's going to go and give us the right angle that we got here. So we need this. You have to have this piece. So all right, and that's it. Now we're going to move on. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put the U-bolts on. I'm just gonna hand tighten them right now so we can situate it later. Because there's always a fine tuning. There's like when it's turning, you know. We still have this loose. Remember, nothing's screwed down yet. So except for this. So that's why we need this extra piece for the motor to rest on there perfectly. Okay, make sure that you put this on. Let's say the black part of this motor should be centered with the other be centered with this and the arms. I mean the shoulders up there should be centered. So don't worry about this. Just make sure this black part of the motor is centered, and then just hand tighten them, and then we'll go on from there. Make sure this is pointing the right way, because I had pointed the wrong way and it gave me so much problems. It was horrible. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to take the arm that come with the motor and put it right here. Make sure that this is facing straight out best you can. Alright. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little bar stock, okay, quarter 20. No, I think it's bigger than quarter 20. So I'm going to put this on there. Screw that on. Yeah.
Tomorrow is National Cow Day, and if you dress like a cow and you go to Chick-fil-A, they will give you free Chick-fil-A. So you already know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm dressing like a cow and getting chicken.
Alright, well, I'm going to figure this out eventually. So what we're going to do is get it. And remember, all the stuff you use, make sure you use the nylon block washers with it. That way they don't move. They don't, because they will unscrew on you while it's working, or tighten it up and bind the motor up. So. Okay, that's a little too tight. You want it just enough. You don't want it flopping, but you want it. There you go, just like that. Now, once you got this assembly on, then you swivel the motor where it's parallel. You know, just kind of turn it this way, give it a good shot this way. Just kind of eyeball it. About right there. Okay? Then you want to take this and put it there. You know, I'll tighten this up just a little more so it ain't like wiggling around too much. Just until we get the hole drilled. So you're gonna go like that. There we go. Okay, once you get this on, let me take this screw off. I know the camera wasn't on. I hate doing editing how-tos because I'm not good at it. Okay, once you get this piece on, you want to tighten this up a little bit to where this bar holds still. Now, I eyeballed it this way, parallel with this hole I put here. Okay, and I marked it. Now, when you drill it in, of course you get whatever size screw you use. Make sure you use the same drill bit. Okay. And what I did was I started the first hole and just went through the top. Okay, that's going to help me guide it a little bit. Now once I got that, I angled the drill with this part. You know, you can't go straight down because then it's going to kink up, so you got to angle it with the way the angle's going. And then I drilled all the way through the bottom, and it went right, and it goes right through the hole, so you know that it's going to line up right. And then what you want to do is drill from side to side, not touching the bottom hole but the top hole, side to side, and bevel it out a little bit. That way when we get this little sway, it'll be less kinking up. I just found out that that's better that way.
In fact, over 80% of jobs.
Okay, now that I got this screw on, whoa, well that didn't work out. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to put the 3.5-inch screw in here. You want to put a washer here, a nylon nut, and you want it loose so you can still spin this. I'm going to put that in there. Okay, and like I said before, you know, turn the motor where it's got an angle on it. Okay, and then what you want to do is put your washer on and another nylon nut. Like I said, I can't say what size screws or nuts you guys are using, but okay, and for this, you don't want to get it all the way tight. You just want it to where the arm won't fall off. I mean the body won't fall. See how much play I got in there? There's a lot of play in there. I'll give it a little bit more. We just want to make sure that this doesn't come off. Okay. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a hole for the screw for this back piece. Now what you want to do is you got to do the same thing as you did for this screw up here. You got to put it in an angle. So make sure your drill's at an angle, just eyeball it. Boom. Okay? And then what we're going to do is get a screw, put a washer, a screw, we're going to put a screw, washer, and then a lock nut for this. Okay, what you want to do is grab, I think it's 3-inch bolt, put it through here, and you want to put a washer in between there, and you want to put a lock nut. I guess you can put the washer here too, just for the heck of it. Okay, switch over to the drill. You don't want to get it tight, and then you go back a little bit. There. Well, you can tighten it up a little bit more. There. Alright, that seems good. As long as you can move it, it ain't too tight. You don't want it tight. Now, I took the tape off this, and you kind of want to do the same thing. What you want to do, and I'm jumping around, damn camera keeps shutting off on me. What you want to do is put your screw through, make sure you get your washer in there, put your nylon nut, remember use all nylon nuts, everything, okay, make sure you can spin it easily, and once you get it moving smoothly, then we'll go back and tighten everything up a little bit, you know, tweak it a little bit just to keep it nice and firm. So now what we're going to do is just hook it up to some power and see what we got. Okay, I'm going to hook it up, and just remember that I don't have any of these joints screwed in, and I always like to put, like, I'll screw like a PVC from here to here, just to give it more stability so it won't shake and move around. And then just remember that you might have to go around, and I like to spray grease in the joints, and then sometimes I like to loosen up these nuts. If it's kinking up a little bit, I'll loosen these up a little bit and do that. So let's see if it works. It didn't take that long to make, maybe like an hour or so. So I'm just going to hold this just so we don't get a... So that looks pretty good. I mean, we're getting a little bit of binding right here, but that's only because of the threading. If it was a smooth screw and just had the threads at the top, it would be perfect. But I want it to go up and down like that. Eventually it'll wear the hole a little bit. I want it to go up and down like that because this actually, when it comes over here, it actually goes down and moves up as it goes side to side. So you gotta have it like that. But hey, that's a swinging zombie. So far, I'll show you how to do the head part, and then that's it. It's pretty simple. And once you got the measurements and everything, you know what I'm saying, you'll have to do some tweaking and stuff. That's just a given. You'll have to do some tweaking to make sure there's no binding up. But besides that, once you get that first one done, you can make as many as you want. I mean, they're a really, really good way to give a creepy scare. I mean, it creeped a lot of people out in my hunt, so that's why I decided to make more. Okay, well, I left out one part, and that's this 1" 90. I forgot the 1" 90. Okay, the only part you should have left over is this 2", this coupling, this 4", and this 90. And you just put them together, 4 coupling, 2" 90, and drop it in. There's your head. Just mount your head on here any way you want. I just took a foam head, carved out the back side of it, and then stuck it in there wherever I wanted it, spray foamed it, and then I can just take it out whenever I want. Okay, now how you want to adjust it is, you want to put either eye hooks right here and here, and eye hooks on the shoulders over here, and when the zombie sways, turn it on, get the zombie to sway all the way over, and then you want to put a rope or string, whatever, from here to here, and then once it goes all the way to this side, you want to do the same thing to here, and then once it goes, it'll give it just a little bit of, and you can adjust it by making each side tighter, just depending on, how far you want the head to swing. You can't do it too much because it'll start binding. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, I'll put links of all the material and the sizes of the PVC and all that stuff in the descriptions. I'll try to do some more tutorials on some leering ghosts I want to do, some real creepy ones, and some other stuff. I'll be making probably mostly props all this season. Alright, thank you. Honest for life.
Listen.